Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open, so you already know we are buying stocks and adding assets to the portfolio. Well, we finally have a green day. We have a little bit of good news today in the market. Bitcoin is up, SPY is up, some stocks are starting to break out, and it is tariff day. If you guys have been following, you know that today, April 2nd, is when all of these tariffs that Trump is imposing are supposed to go into effect. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, look at the market, see what we got. Of course, we have a lot of buying power. We're going to be buying assets, of course, and taking a look at March and what April may look like. We have a new goal. The goal has gone up. The share counts have gone up, but we have to continue buying each and every single week. We deposited another fresh $100 worth of capital this week, as we do every single week, and it's time to buy some assets. So let's jump into it. Let's take a look at the payments that are coming in this week, how we're looking, and maybe a little forecasting for the month of April. But first things first, news, right? Well, like I said, today is tariffs, and Trump is making all the final decisions when it comes to tariffs. Hopefully, there's no retaliatory tariffs coming in the line, and then we have Mexico's president saying no tit for tat tariffs coming in, right? So there's a lot of news on the table. The biggest news that I've seen so far today is that Trump's inner circle is saying that Musk is potentially stepping down or leaving the Doge scene soon. And this is good for Tesla, which we own in this portfolio. This is good for the overall market, in my opinion, as there's been a lot of hate in regards to that. And the market's looking really good. SPY's up today about 1% or $5. QQQ's up. And things are looking good. So we're up about 2.55% for the day, just hovering around $35,000 in the account. We are down for the week. For the month, we're down about 7%. Year to date, down about 10%. 1 year, we're up about 18% or 5,400. And then all time since we started this portfolio, about 2 years ago, we're up about 19%. So we've taken a massive hit in the portfolio. Of course, I'm really crypto heavy in this portfolio, and Bitcoin has pulled back a lot, right? Our out of high a couple of months ago, we're at about $108,000. Now we're down today about 87, which we've had a nice pump in the last 24 hours, about $2,000 up there. And it's brought a bunch of the stocks up. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the income that's come in. Some of the portfolio payouts that are going to be coming this week, and everybody else that is going to be receiving their dividend income is probably interested in that. So we'll jump into it straight away. Connell call right now, we have the $24 calls out there. We're up about $130 on those. We sell those once a month. Super easy. We have 200 shares as of right now, and we sold puts on for many months to get assigned those. We finally got assigned those, and now we're just selling calls to just do some monthly wheeling on Connell, right? So that's a little bit there. That was about $5,000 worth of margin we used there. And if we can get it to pay us over $100 a month, yeah, we're making some good money there. So that's where we're sitting there. Bitcoin's sitting at $87,160. And the first things first, let's look at our total equity here. First things first, I want to look at the dividends, right? So we ended up over $1,400 in the month of March for our dividend income. And I'm looking to increase that. But I want to take a look at what we were paid last week. Obviously, you saw all the end of the week stuff come in, right? And you guys probably all saw that as well. MVDY came in at $78.74. YMAX 63. QDTE 53. XDTE 41. RDT 37. SCHD, our quarterly dividend payer. Love seeing this one, came in at $50.62. We're slowly increasing that, 24 cents a share. And we're at 200 shares. We buy $5 every single day of VTI and SCHD, and slowly but surely the dividends are stacking for SCHD. VTI $10. Again, this is not a dividend payer. I think it pays like less than 2%, but we just want to stack that for the overall growth in the portfolio. And then TSW $9.29 coming in on April 1st to start out our April. JEPQ at $21.80, big increase from last month, and had a nice dividend there at 54 cents. We have 40 shares there. We're trying to get to 50 shares on our share count. And we just keep increasing. BITO had an absolutely terrible dividend. We have 200 shares right now. This paid 36 cents and a total of $72. We'll take the dividend, but my gosh, this is absolutely terrible. Way subpar when it comes to BITO. I'm not shocked by any means because it has been struggling. Bitcoin has just been struggling. And so when Bitcoin struggles, obviously we are going to see some whiplash from that. The premiums are going to be down, and hopefully next month is better as we continue to stack it away, because BITO has been an awesome investment for us. And so we'll just sit on that. So let's take a look at where our money's at, right? 5,700 in SHD, 2,800 in VTI, XDTE about 9,000, QDTE about 8,000, rdte about 7,000, YMAX almost to 7,000. Nice to see YMAX having a pretty good day today, up 1.55%. It's got a long ways to go to get back to where it needs to be. BITO, $3,800 there. It's at 19.05 today, and we have 200 shares. Right now, we're down on this position 5%, but keep in mind we collected, I want to say like $1,500 worth of dividends in BITL. So we are way up when it comes to total return. I could sell some calls here. If we wanted to rip a bi-weekly, we could rip something like the 21. We could sell 2 of those and we could collect $12. But for me, I'm just going to let BITO do its thing. So that's where we're sitting there. Of course, we have our 100 of our 4 horses. And that's MVDY, CONY, MSTY, and TSLY. Those are all in a race to repay. And that means if I put $1,000 in them, how long is it going to take for my full 1,000 to come back? We are getting really close, especially when it comes to CONY. That one is getting really, really close. So I think we are within like $400 or something. So in the next couple of payments, we should get that. And then the one we're going to be buying today is going to be... Wow, looks like Connell's having a nice day today. The one we're going to be buying today is TSW. We've been stacking this. We are down 19% on this as of right now. Of course, we're collecting weekly payout, and you saw the payment that's coming in this week, about $9. And I just want to keep stacking this. I love Tesla. With Elon being done with the Doge stuff, I think this is going to be good for Tesla. Tesla's currently sitting around 281. It's up about 5% today. They had bad delivery numbers this morning, but good energy numbers, right? So we're just going to continue to stack here. This is sitting about $35 a share, and we're going to buy, 3 shares? We're going to buy 3 shares today. So that's about $107. We're going to spend all of our fresh capital on TSW, and I want to continue to stack this one. We're at 28 shares now. We're down about, what's our cost now? $43. We dropped the cost basis a little bit there, down about 16% on this position. But I think long-term this one's going to do well, and I like the weekly pair, and I like it coming in on Tuesdays. I want to add a little bit of exposure there and give this fund a chance. So we're going to see how this does. This stock's up about 5.3% today, which is nice to see. Pretty similar to what Tesla is up today. And we have about $1,000 worth of market value. So we're adding that. I would like to get this one to about $25 a week. Right now, we're in between that $7 and $10 mark. And as we continue to add to it, we're going to continue to increase our income there. So that's the update there. One thing I do want to jump over to is our payouts, right? How are we looking? So let me just jump to my Twitter and right here. So here's my post from last night. Of course, every single Friday we get paid from our DTEs. So X date is on 4-3, pay date on 4-4, and we had a triple beat. And what I mean by triple beat is we beat everything that is paying out from last week, right? So QDT coming in at 25 cents, 23 cents last week. XDT coming in at 27.5 cents, which is up from the 21 cents last week. RDT coming in at 32 cents, which is up from the 19 cents last week. So huge payout on RDT. Good to see that one coming back a little bit. It's been really terrible. So I'm glad to see that one coming back and with a little bit of engine. So QDT coming in hot. Want to check out YMAX as well and all the YieldMax products. So let's take a look at those. Couple to note, obviously CVNY coming in huge at $2.96. CONY really subpar payment at 43.81 cents. One of the lowest ones I've seen so far on CONY, but I do want to keep in mind that same thing with Bitcoin being stagnant. Coinbase has just pulled back and back and back. Went from 250s down to the 180s. And so the premium is just not going to be great on that. So that's CONY, but we're getting close to payout or payback on that. We can take a look at that as well. But excuse me. We should be getting our money back there within the next 3-4 months. And then YMAX coming in at 1781, which is huge for me. I own almost 500 shares of YMAX. This is a really good payment. Lately, we've been getting about 13 cents. So good to see the payouts come out there. What we do have on deck for next week, if you've been following the portfolios, we have MSTY, which is usually a massive payout. That one's going to be coming in next week. And we'll see what that comes in at. Hopefully, it is nice and hot. We will take a look though when it comes to next week. And of course, every single Wednesday we'll buy assets together and we'll take a look at the payouts that are coming. So that's the update there. I do want to jump into the spreadsheet, of course, because we're done with March. We're done with March. We talked about a little bit last week, $1,435 worth of dividend income. There's a couple of numbers that I want to keep in mind and I want to beat, right? So we're not going to have any payouts from SCHD or VTI, so we're losing about $60 worth of income there. So where are we going to make it up? Well, we're going to make it up a little bit with TSW. We received $24.46 last month. I'd like to get that to $35 to $45 mark. So hopefully we can get there. And then, of course, we have everything on drip right now. So our DTEs and our YMAX should continue to build up there. Those ones average are paying us, I don't know, about $200 a week. And we want to continue to build those. So here's how we're looking for the month. We're at about $103 so far declared for April. And we have some money on deck. The goal this month is $1,533. In order to get it done, we need about $383 a week. And this is how we're doing progress-wise. Towards our $25,000 annual income, we're about 17.9% of the way there. And we're about 6.73% of the way to our April goals. But how are we getting there? This week, with the payouts declared and the shares that we have so far, we're looking at about $56 from QDTE XDTE 54, rdte 63. Ooh, I love to see that. YMAX 87, also love to see that. And then CONY coming in at 43.81. So that's about $306 worth of pending income that's going to hit on Friday, which will give us a nice boost into our April numbers. So that'll put us over $400 for income just in the first week of April, and it gets us on track to continue to move. Here's where our $14,000 worth of dividends have come from. BITO at the top. We talked about it. I'm down $200 on my shares, but I've received $1,700 worth of dividend income. So BITO continuing to lead the way, a fantastic investment for me so far, and I'm just going to sit and relax as it continues to print some money each and every single month. We are looking good there. The other one's slowly leading the pack, but CONY, another one, $1,152 worth of dividend income. We only have 100 shares. I believe I spent about $1,500 on the shares. We can actually take a look at that, but almost break even there. So this is where we're sitting as of right now. March income on options, 160. And yeah, this is what we have to beat. So $1,435 for last month. We're at 103 so far. Last year in April, $333 we have to beat, and then the prior year $14. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna continue to add capital each and every single week, and we're gonna slowly build. I want to look at these just so you can see the picture on our favorites, right? Our QDTE XDTE RDT 4-week average 24 cents, all-time average 30 cents. So subpar there. XDT 26 cents above our average all-time. So XDT has actually been doing really well over the last 4 weeks. And then RDT 28.5 cents, which is just under the all-time average of 29.4 cents. So RDT hanging in there, QDT underperforming, XDTE doing well. That's where we're sitting there. Total return on these just really isn't looking that fantastic. 6% on QDT, basically 6% on XDT. RDT, we're basically break even, and then YMAX, we're down about 4.5%. So hopefully YMAX can get a bid, but that's where we're looking. These 4 ones are paying us, let's see, last week 262, or last week 196, the week prior 262, and yeah, hopefully this week we're going to get a little bit more. We just went over how much we're probably going to be getting paid. We'll see where the numbers come in, but I'd like to build this over the $200 every single week, and slowly but surely we will do that. But I just want to look at these data points real quick here. QDT, we came in under the trend line. XDT, we came in at the trend line. RDT, we came in above the trend line. You can see there at the 32 cents, where the average is at 29.4. YMAX came in above the trend line, but the trend line is going down. So that's the update there when it comes to our 4 favorites. And then I do want to talk about this real quick. So we just saw Coney has a payment coming in on 4/4 of 43 cents. And this moved our average down from $1.52 all the way down to $1.47. So absolute upset. The smallest payment we received year to date or fund to date on CONY. Last month was 59.89. We don't like the way this one's trending, especially with Bitcoin struggling. So one thing to keep in mind. But I do want to show here on our journey, we have 100 shares. We paid $1,597. Total dividends received was $1,152. So we only have $444 left of dividend income before our Coney has completely paid itself off. And obviously we have about $43 here, so it's going to be about $400 left. So depending on what the dividends come in at, the next 3 or 4 months, we should be completely in-house money on CONY. And what I mean by that is all of our initial capital has been paid back to us, and we aren't just on set it and forget it mode. Everything there is complete gravy from there on out. So that's CONY, and I like the way it's looking. So that's where we're sitting there. When we come to our share count goal, we're slowly but surely plugging away at this, right? So this is where we started the journey on the right. This is where we are, the journey on the left. You can see SCHD's gone from 191 shares to 206, XDTE from 172 to 199, QDTE from 177 to 226, YMAX from 337 to 489, and then we started the BITO position. TSLY went from 53 to 100, TSW from 0 to 25, JEPQ from 30 to 40, and Connell from 0 to 200. So we are stacking. We only have about $8,000 left worth of purchases for the entire year of 2025 to hit 100% on all of our goals that we had outlined. And not too bad. So I think we can do it. A drip alone, we're going to get it done. You can see my drip alone is going to get us to our XDTE goal in 33 weeks, QDTE goal in 22 weeks on average, rdte in 43 weeks, and then YMAX in the next 3 weeks, we should hit our $500 goal. Once we get to the $500 goal, I am turning drip off on YMAX, and I'll probably start stacking something else. So that's how the snowball works, right? Once we get to our position that we want to be at, then we'll turn it off, and we'll continue stacking, because YMAX is currently sitting at 489. So once we get to that 500, we are turning it off. I'll probably turn it off. The goal is to probably turn it off and take that money and start putting it into something else, but we'll see. We'll see what the market's sitting. So that's the update for the week. The dividends keep coming in. The paychecks keep stacking. And the passive dividend income snowball just continues to build as we throw more money at it each and every single month. And thank you, everybody, as always. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this nice green day in the market. Hopefully we can get a nice pushback. But we'll see. The market's been crazy, and you just never really know. So appreciate everybody as always. Don't forget to drop a like. Happy investing. We'll catch you next video.